On this episode of the Bronze Metalist Podcast, we talk about Songs in the Key of Life by Stevie Wonder. Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Bronze Metalist Podcast. I'm Kale.
I'm OJ.
We're two professional broadcasters, and we like metal, and we like to talk about it, but sometimes we like to talk about other things.
Like in September.
Like in September or March. We're going to be talking about Stevie Wonder. We're going to be talking about probably an album that is considered one of the best albums ever made by anybody ever.
Right.
Which is Songs in the Key of Life from 1976.
By just about all accounts. Even if their top 5 or top 10 is different, this is always in it.
If you are making a list of the best albums of all time, it's pretty much going to be on there.
Yeah.
Among a number of other Stevie Wonder albums.
Yeah.
Particularly a few leading up to this one.
Yeah.
He had a pretty amazing run, his classic period, as it's sometimes referred to.
Yeah, the early to mid 70s.
Yeah, and I was not aware, because I'd forgotten that Stevie Wonder started making music at 11 years old.
Yeah, in the 60s.
So when I looked at the Wikipedia page, I was like, his 18th studio album?
Yeah.
Which, even though, when you're like, okay, he'd been making music since he was 11, 18 studio albums between the ages of 11 and 25.
He was a prolific musician.
And still is.
Yeah, and still is. And he, right before he made this, he was like, I'm done.
Yeah.
I made all the music I'm going to make.
It was
like, please.
A pivotal moment in his career.
Right.
When he was thinking about quitting music and like moving to Ghana and whatnot. And eventually he decided, you know what?
Fine.
I'll keep up with my career and see where that goes. And then he made this.
Yeah.
And he signed a new record deal just before then as well that had given him basically full creative control over this and the next 7 albums after it.
And you can tell by listening to this that he had full creative control.
Yeah.
He's like, this is all mine.
I did this all. Yeah.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that I think something like 130 people worked on the album.
Yep.
But yeah, that record deal was at the time, I think, the single largest or like highest paying record deal for a solo artist at the time. I think.
Yeah.
Something like $216 million in today's money.
Right. Which would be like $8 in 1976.
Back in 1976, $8 could buy you an aircraft carrier.
You could buy a house for a nickel.
But we'll talk more about Stevie Wonder later.
Yeah.
But how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I just washed all the dishes in my apartment because it was. This is gonna sound gross, but it's still summertime. I mean, it's meteorological fall. I realize that now.
What does this have to do with your dishes? Continue.
In the summertime, what happens, at least in North Dakota, if you leave anything sitting with water in it or whatever, you're going to get them little goddamn fruit flies. And my kitchen had them, and I'm like, I got to get rid of this all right now. So
I've had fruit flies.
Oh, it's gross. It's awful. I hate it.
Yeah, they piss me off. I hate them. But yeah, I've been dealing with them. So that led you to
wash all the
your
dishes, clean everything, the stove top, clean the hood over the stove. Then I'm gonna go home tonight and I'm gonna make a nice bean soup.
A bean soup. Gonna go home. I'm gonna make myself a bean soup.
That's right.
I'm gonna get bean soup. You're gonna do some other cowboy foods, cornmeal.
Maybe some
cornbread,
some campfire cornbread, maybe
bean soup,
some coffee.
Yeah, and that's usually it.
What was it from Atlantis? So we got all 4 food groups: bean, bacon, lard, and whiskey.
It's been so long since I've seen Atlantis.
Yeah,
it's been such a long time since
That's a great movie.
Yeah, I remember it being a good movie.
Do you know how to swim? Yeah, I can swim pretty good.
I mean, fair.
Yeah.
Keto was a big childhood crush, I think.
Of course.
But
She's
yeah.
hot.
It's been a long time since I've watched Atlantis. But
I recommend jumping on that again.
the four food groups, though. Yeah,
beans, bacon, lard, and whiskey.
That's fair.
And actually, I think beans, bacon, and lard at least are 3 of the ingredients in my bean soup.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. There's a episode of Tasting History I watched not too long ago about the chuck wagon, a classic chuck wagon meal, and what it consisted of. And it was usually beans and cornbread, and there was some other stuff. If you had a cow that died, you might as well cut it up,
right,
and and eat some of it, because you're gonna have to leave it behind.
Hate for it to just rot in the desert or whatever.
Yeah, but yeah, it's he has a great way of making meals that seem like they're gonna be gross.
Yeah,
or you think about the ingredients and the situation they were made in, and it's always like, man, that seems like it would be pretty gross, and then he makes it and it looks delicious. And a number of them are usually pretty simple.
Yeah.
It kind of depends. There are some historical meals that are shockingly complicated, even from ancient times and whatnot.
Really?
It's like the number of ingredients and all that, because if it got written down, it was usually for a rich person. But this wasn't a meal, but it was something that he made, and it's something that's used in cooking and still used in cooking in Greece, I think, which is garum.
I cook a lot of stuff in Greece.
Garum, which is an oil made from fermented fish or something like that.
I would totally use that.
Apparently, in the process of making it, at a certain point, it smells like liquid death.
Sweet.
But it takes
the water product, or
no,
actual
horrible
liquefied
rotten fermented fish.
Putrefaction.
Yeah, it's something you do basically causes the fish to liquefy at a certain point. I don't remember exactly how it worked, but
it seems gross.
Yeah, it seems gross, but it was used in eventually. It renders down into something that is not going to kill you by eating it. It's definitely one of those things that seems like
this was probably a bad idea. It seems.
Yeah, we've definitely, we don't need to make this anymore. It's like Hakarl or Lutefisk or something. It's like, we don't need to do this anymore.
It's one of those things you're amazed that they made it multiple times, because it probably killed the first batch of people that tried it.
Let's preserve this fish by soaking it in lye. And then they didn't wait long enough. They ate it and died.
I mean, Lutefisk, it was started on a dare.
Yeah. I don't, how do you figure that out? The process of how do you figure out what mushrooms are good?
Right. There were some fatalities there.
How many people died in the process of figuring out which mushrooms were good?
Imagine how many people whose last words were, "Not that one.
That one's bad." Yeah. Or, "That one's really good."
Yeah.
That one's really good. This one's really good,
I
guys.
can count on all 4 of my hands why this one is great.
This one's amazing. The gods are speaking to me.
Like the one where we're at the lake, and I had to convince a girl I was camping with not to go into the water.
For the love of God.
For the love of God. I just want to put my feet in. No!
I feel like, yeah.
You're frying on mushrooms. Stay away from the goddamn water.
Don't go over there. That's definitely one you need a babysitter for.
Yeah.
That's
which was weird, because I was the one who was responsible in that situation.
But
yeah, and I was smelling color already, and I'm trying to tell her, no.
You've got to suddenly have to be the responsible one.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm trying to think if I've done anything at all
notable
recently. I'm still trying to finish up various different little post game stuff in Death Stranding 2.
Yeah.
I haven't found the will to move on just yet.
Yeah.
I don't know what I want to play next, though, is the thing. I think I might want to do Expedition 33. which is an RPG that came out in the spring, in late spring at some point. It came out, I think, like the same day as Oblivion Remastered.
Yeah. Despite
the fact that it came out like the same day, it sold extremely well and is extremely well regarded. It's like most of my friend group have played it and really loved it.
Okay.
It's like 2025's Baldur's Gate 3, basically.
Which I still need to get.
It's available.
I know, but it's $70 still.
I mean, they released the last update for it, like, you know, a handful of months ago, and it's done now. But that's, I mean, games do not depreciate anymore.
Yeah, digital, because they're all digital.
I'm not saying they shouldn't, but they don't.
Right.
Unless they go on sale, like games, digital copies of games basically don't depreciate until they've been out for like a fucking decade. And if it's a game that has continued to sell really well, that's even worse, because it means that, people are going to keep buying this even though it's still full price. So we'll keep it at full price.
I did get a game for free that I'm not sure how long I'm going to get to keep it, because it was a PlayStation Game of the Month last month. That's Lies of P.
Okay.
So I have that now.
I don't know how PlayStation's free game thing works.
Yeah, I don't often get those. I mean, because a lot of the things they offer for free is like stuff I'm not really interested in.
Yeah.
So.
I don't. Do you need PS Plus for that? Do you have PS Plus?
I do have PS Plus,
okay.
but I don't have the basic PS Plus.
Yeah, I don't have that because I only ever play single player games on my PlayStation.
I mean, same here, but
Lies of P is one that I'm vaguely interested in at some point. You know, it's similar to a FromSoft game.
It is. You know, okay, I don't know if I told you how I would describe it. Which is a somewhat less challenging and less fun Bloodborne.
I heard it was harder.
No, it's not harder than Bloodborne. No.
I mean, how long have you played it for to be able to say that?
Well, I mean, I'm still early game. I've played probably about 3 hours of it, but
I feel like that's much too early in a game that's probably at least 100 hours to say it's not as hard as something like Bloodborne.
Sure, but Bloodborne I played also about the same amount of time.
Yeah, but I remember explaining to you the basic mechanics of how the game works, and you're like, "Oh,
well, yeah, I know.
That's
now.
why I can't progress in the game." And you can. So I feel like Bloodborne is maybe not as hard as you thought it was for the time you were playing it.
Okay, that's fair.
You couldn't level up because you didn't know where to go or what to do,
right?
Or
how FromSoft games, because that was the first FromSoft game I just stabbed in the dark and got that one. I think it was because it was on sale. I'm like, oh, cool! I've heard a lot about this, and I bought it. And then I played it, and then everybody I talked to, like in our D&D group, you're all like, really? That's where you're starting?
Yeah. I feel like broadly everyone I know who has played Lies of P has said it is very, very difficult.
Very, very difficult?
Yeah. I think it's a matter of like I think it ramps up. I don't think it necessarily starts out being, all right, this is the hardest game you've ever played, but I've heard there are a number of extremely difficult bosses in it.
Okay.
And yeah, I don't know.
I've watched some gameplay, and yeah, it does seem like it gets hard at times.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like I feel like you have not played it for nearly long enough to make that sort of judgment. And also, I feel like you haven't played Bloodborne for long enough to make that kind of judgment.
Sure. All right.
For a handful of hours in either game. That's a classic games journalist move.
Sure.
You should be writing for Polygon with that level of analysis.
I played it for 5 minutes.
And I can say confidently, this game sucks. All it was loading screens and logos for companies and
character creation.
It said press start. What kind of game is this?
Don't make me press start. Not on my time. I paid for this game. You press start.
You press start for. You should just play the game for me. Yeah, I don't know. At some point, maybe I'll play Lies of P. I feel like it's kind of passed me by a little bit at this point.
I mean, it seems fun. I've enjoyed what I've done, but
what you've done, Pinocchio. Because you play as Pinocchio.
You do.
It's you're Pinocchio, but it's like in a sort of steampunk world where the puppets are automatons.
They are, and they've taken over. They've destroyed everything.
Yeah.
You have to fight against the puppets, and you have to lie your way through the game, saying you're not a puppet.
Yes,
but you
in
are.
The most horrifying place you can imagine.
Yeah,
Italy.
What was it I heard the other day? It was somebody saying that like they were talking about Helen Keller. And they were saying that it's amazing that she learned to read and write and speak despite being from Alabama. Yeah.
Yeah. I've something about back Bloodborne of like the Bloodborne is a game about the visceral horror of having to be in England.
Yeah. But then it gets weirder though. I mean, I haven't got to the Eldritch horror portion of the game yet.
Well, that's when you get on a boat and go to Maine instead.
Right.
But yeah,
the Brett Eldritch horror.
Yeah. Classic. I mean it's, you know, Lovecraft is it's Atlantic, I would say. It's all, you know, it goes across the pond.
Across the pond,
as it were.
Yes. I mean, both Stephen King and Lovecraft, yeah.
I think
the
most
main area, weren't they? Yeah.
In the New England, basically.
Sure.
The Maine is definitely much more Stephen King.
Right.
I don't know why I associate Maine so much with Lovecraft. I think it was actually more Massachusetts usually.
Sure.
Like I think
Vermont. No, I don't know.
Well, it was almost always coastal was the thing.
Sure.
I think Innsmouth was supposed to be in Massachusetts or Rhode Island or something like that.
Okay.
Somewhere in New England.
Mm-hmm.
If his stories weren't set, you know, in the middle of the ocean or Antarctica or somewhere else in the world. I've only read a handful of Lovecraft short stories. I was kind of surprised at how short Call of Cthulhu is.
Yeah, very short.
It's very short, and also Cthulhu gets fucking bodied by a boat. Like his first major appearance, and they run him over with a boat, and he fucking goes away. He's just like, all right, well, I guess that's me. I'm done. Like
I'm the greater evil. Oh, boat! Goddamn!
they just run him over with a boat, and that's taking care of it for a bit.
Right.
Yeah, it didn't seem that threatening in the end. All the stuff leading up to it was like, oh my god, and then they hit him with a boat. At least that's how I remember it. I didn't read it too long ago. Like it was, I think it was maybe around the time I moved into this apartment because I was just out of books for a bit. Mm-hmm. I didn't have my Kindle yet. Mm-hmm. And so I needed something to read. I think I had ordered a book that had not arrived yet. I
need to see if my Kindle still works. I have the Kindle app on my phone, and I try to read books that way, but it's too small a screen.
And it's going to be hard on your eyes with the backlight and everything. Mm-hmm. I have the
Paperwhite.
Paperwhite, and I like it a lot. Mm-hmm. It's easy on the eyes. You know, it's not that. If you're used to reading books, the idea of, but I need a light in order to read it, it is not going to be that different. It's just like, you've already got, you know, if you're someone who likes reading books, you're probably used to sitting next to the lamp in order to read. It's no different than that.
And you need a lamp to read the Paperwhite.
Yeah. Generally speaking, I think it does have a little bit of a backlight, but it's not the traditional like backlight that you would have on a phone or something like that, where it's all the extremely bright like blue light stuff. I think it is ever so slightly backlit by something.
So you can't read it in the dark though.
No, or at least I haven't tried. Maybe you could, but it would probably hurt your eyes quite a bit.
I don't know why this is reminding me, but the only thing I ever bought on eBay was a SpongeBob booklight.
Why?
Because
why?
My daughter at the time. eBay was a new thing. eBay came out a couple of months after she was born.
Okay.
That was brand new. I learned that today.
Yeah.
And then, so I've never bought anything on this eBay site, so I bought a SpongeBob booklight, and it was such a hassle. I never bought anything else.
I'm trying to think of the last thing I bought on eBay. It was probably a book.
Yeah.
It was probably a Warhammer book that had been out of print for a while. And I was like, well, I don't want to listen to this audiobook, and I do not have an e-reader, so eBay it is. And I'm glad. Like, I do think there is a lot of value of, with physical books. I like physical books, but the problem is, depending upon your tastes, it can be hard to find stuff in print. Like, if I just want to keep on reading fucking big spaceman slop, which I do,
why wouldn't you?
Then it's going to be hard to come by those physical copies, and it was. Some of them were more expensive than they ought to have been because they've been out of print for a while, and Games Workshop is not going to pay for another run.
Yeah.
So it's just the most convenient way to access the genre books that I want to read. But if you are more into more popular works of fiction or classics or something like that, they're always going to be in print, or there are been so many print runs of them that the books are fucking everywhere. But yeah, it kind of depends on your taste. The other problem I have with physical books is they take up so much fucking space.
Yeah.
And they weigh a lot, and I already hate moving, and I don't want to have to choose between either getting rid of a bunch of books or moving all of the books. I don't have that many books, and it was already a huge fucking hassle to move all of them.
I have 3 bookshelves in my living room, which I shouldn't. It probably hurts me psychologically to have them there, because I'll be sitting there and I'll be playing some stupid video game or watching some really bad sitcom, and staring me in the face or, hey, what about us?
I mean,
buddy.
I feel like video games, depending upon the game you're playing, are not the worst substitute for books.
Well, no.
If you're playing like something that's narrative or something, as long as it's not just like, something really stupid, or like a clicker video game, a clicker game or something like Cookie Clicker or something like that, something that's totally brainless.
Yeah.
You are still engaging your brain. You're engaging with fiction. You're thinking about stuff in a certain way.
Sure.
Things that are narrative or things that involve choice, the story-driven games, I think aren't the worst substitute for books. Not all games are equal, but I think, it's not the worst thing. But just mindlessly watching like the same sitcom over and over again is probably a bit less engaging.
Yeah. I have some books in my shelf that I have not read.
Yeah.
That I should read.
Like what? What do you want to read? What do you want to read?
I have some philosophical books. I really want to. I started to read The Bell Curve, but
Mein Kampf.
What? No,
I don't know. I don't know why I said that. Philosophical,
wow, usually my job to derail shit.
Well, it's right next to a copy of the Communist Manifesto.
Sure.
And Das Kapital, so it's balanced out. It's balanced.
It's point counterpoint.
Yeah, exactly. You're just looking for. You just want to explore all angles.
There's a couple of Dawkins books I haven't read here and there.
Yeah. At some point, maybe I ought to read something a bit more, I don't know, intelligent.
Sure,
but
something to expand your mind.
I mean, I that's kind of what I was doing with Dune, right?
Sure.
It's still science fiction, but it's
well written.
It's
science fiction.
The cerebral science fiction outside of Asimov and Clarke and whatnot.
Oh yeah, Arthur C. Clarke.
So I basically called it quits with Dune after God Emperor of Dune. I was like, I don't really need to see where else this goes. I kind of understand where it's headed from here.
Oh, wait a minute. You're past Frank's books, right? You're now at...
No, there were two
Okay.
more.
Okay.
There were two more complete Frank Herbert books, and then there's one that he died in the middle of. I think he was in the middle of writing it.
So you should imagine picking up this book. Half the pages are blank.
It cuts off mid-word.
Yeah. and that word is...
my heart. I actually don't know what Frank Herbert died of. But
a needle hit him at light speed.
That was an off mic bit.
I know.
But yeah, he died in the middle of writing of, I think, Chapter House is the one that he didn't finish, and so his son and someone else finished it up, and then his son wrote all the rest of the ones that are out there, and even the ones that he was working on, there's kind of
there's a slope.
There's a downward slope in quality and coherency.
Yeah. So you probably wouldn't even touch the stuff Scooter Herbert wrote.
No, I thought it was Skeeter Herbert.
Sorry, I misspoke.
Yeah. I sort of like I could figure out where it was going and where what the idea was with God Emperor, and I had already a bit of cultural understanding of what the overall overarching plot of Dune was just from being a nerd. So I got done with that and was like, if this is the tone that the rest of the series is going to have, and it's going to be this weird, I don't know if I need to keep reading it.
I mean, is Paul long since gone, or
long since? Yeah. He. I mean, I guess I don't. Should I spoil a 45-year-old twist from a book? I mean, it's because the Villeneuve movies aren't done yet, and who knows. I don't know how they're going to adapt necessarily, but Paul...
have you watched those?
I still haven't gotten around to it.
Gotta do that. They're great.
I know. I keep meaning to, but I haven't done it. But anyway, Paul basically disappears at the end of the second book.
Yeah.
And then by the end of the third book, he is dead. And then the main two characters of the third book are his two children.
They're twins, right?
Yes. Okay. And then Leto is the main character of God Emperor of Dune, or one of the main characters. They're like three main characters.
Right. Jared Leto.
Yeah, Jared Leto. Don't put him in.
Please don't.
I feel like.
Please, Denny.
I feel like Villeneuve is
he's
conscious.
sensible.
I don't think he would put. I still don't understand how the fuck. What's the movie that's coming out that he's in? It's Disney. Disney's doing something.
Really?
Oh, Tron. Then the next Tron movie that's coming out.
I didn't know they were making a new Tron movie.
They're making a third Tron movie, and it stars Jared Leto.
Like when you say third, you're talking about the one from 1982? Is it 82?
Yeah, and then there was Tron. I wanted to say Revolutions.
Tron.
That's Matrix.
That's Matrix.
The one
Tron Resurrection.
Yeah, whatever it was called, the one that Daft Punk did the soundtrack for.
It was Tron 2, Tron Harder.
With was it one of the Hemsworths in that movie? Was Liam Hemsworth in that movie?
I didn't see it. I saw the first one.
I don't remember who the lead was in that movie, but Olivia Wilde was also in it.
The first movie was my first ever date movie.
Really? You went to see Tron
in the theater.
On a date?
Yeah.
That must have been boring.
It was great.
It went all right?
I was 8 years old.
That's the
she
thing
was
that
9 years old. Our moms were sitting 5 rows back.
Okay. All right. It wasn't. I suppose, when it came out, you would have been that young. That one of the things that people say about the original Tron is that it's kind of boring.
Actually, it's not. You should watch it. I recommend watching the movie. The graphics for 1982 are over the top fantastic.
I mean, they were groundbreaking at the time.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, they look like right off that brand new gaming system, the Atari 2600.
What the fuck was that movie called? Tron.
Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
Tron.
Revengeance. I don't remember. But anyway, they're putting Jared Leto in the next one.
Why? As what?
I don't know. I don't know who he's supposed to be. I don't know if he's a person that's gone into the digital world or if he's a program. I don't know.
He plays the character Tron.
Well, if they're following the plot of the second one, from what I know about that, he could. I think theoretically he could, but I don't know. I don't know.
Omega or whatever.
Yeah. It just I don't know. I don't understand how anyone puts Jared Leto in anything in this day. I don't know how a major studio goes, he'll be a real draw. People like him so much. Everyone likes Jared Leto. Like, no, everyone hates him.
I think there's a track record,
The last major movie he made
that was
became a joke.
Oh yeah.
Like,
I think the last major movie that he was in that was good was Fight Club.
I mean, people like Dallas Buyers Club.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. I didn't see that yet.
He won an Oscar for that, or was he nominated and Matthew McConaughey was nominated? Or
I don't remember.
In any case, apparently I haven't seen Dallas Buyers Club, but he's in that movie. That's the one that sort of reinvigorated his career and made him, got him a bunch of attention. Then and everyone was like, "Oh, this guy's kind of a freak. He's kind of an asshole."
Yeah.
He's really, really weird, and really, really rude and bad. But yeah, like after Morbius, I don't know how a major studio goes, he's our man, Jared Leto. I don't get it. But yeah,
I don't know.
He must have some dirt on somebody. I feel like allegedly, Jared Leto has dirt on someone. Do you want to talk about Stevie Wonder?
All right, let's do that. Let's get there.
All right. If you don't know who Stevie Wonder is for some goddamn reason.
What planet have you been on?
Yeah. Well, it's like I feel like Stevie Wonder, maybe in this day and age, and for people of my generation, everybody knows, I think, the name Stevie Wonder. You're probably familiar with him. You probably know that he's blind.
Right.
And that despite that, he has a prodigious talent with music. But I think I didn't properly appreciate just how important Stevie Wonder is as far as the landscape of music today.
Right.
And I don't think I quite realized how incredibly popular and prolific he has been throughout his career. Maybe it's because I'm so much of a rock and metal guy,
right?
Where when I think about like the really important bands, it's always about like the Beatles and Black Sabbath, and you want to go older than that, you talk about Elvis and whatnot. But like, so Motown kind of is a blind spot for me,
right?
As far as like R&B and funk and soul and all that is a little bit of a blind spot. But like you think about like how that translated into pop and whatnot, and you got Michael Jackson and of that generation too. You got Lionel Richie and all those figures, and for some reason it never quite occurred to me just how big Stevie Wonder was, which is to say he was like the biggest thing, and is still one of the best selling artists of all time, up there with Michael Jackson. And for whatever reason, that just never quite occurred to me until I started looking into it when we were listening to this album. I was just like, oh shit, yeah, Stevie Wonder is one of the biggest ever, one of the greatest of all time, one of the best to ever do it.
I feel like this is the year of the safe statements.
Saying, you know what, Stevie Wonder's pretty good.
Yeah, that's a pretty safe statement. I don't think that's going to be contentious in any group.
I don't think it'll be controversial to say that Stevie Wonder is good at playing music. But so he started making music when he was 11 years old. I mean, he'd been singing and playing music up until that point,
like at birth.
Just with his parents. He was born in Michigan, in Saginaw, Michigan, and he had been singing, playing music, and eventually he auditioned for Motown Records at the age of 11, and they're like, this kid's good.
Yeah, he's got it.
You know, despite the fact that he has been blind basically since birth, he was born premature, and part of the conditions of the incubator they put him in, and he ended up, his retina's detached,
right.
And he's been blind since shortly after he was born. But despite that, you know, like Ray Charles before him, a incredible gift for music, and you know, played. He was originally Little Stevie Wonder. His real name, by the way, is Steveland Hardaway Morris.
Yes.
Steveland is not a name I've seen before.
No. I think it was an amusement park.
Steveland, yeah. But I think Berry Gordy is credited with giving him the name Stevie Wonder,
right?
Or coming up with Little Stevie Wonder, which I think when he was in his late teens, they did away with that, and he just became Stevie Wonder. But by the time of this record, by the time he had hit his 20s, you know, he had started collecting his royalties from everything he had made, because I think it was all put in trust until he was 21. But he had a string of extremely successful albums. 2 years in a row, he won Album of the Year at the Grammys.
Right.
In his early 20s.
Still a young fella.
Yeah. And he was ready to call it quits. He was ready to you know, wrap up his music career.
Move on to the next chapter.
You know, he was getting involved politically and you know, with activism. And he wanted to move to Ghana because he was apparently dissatisfied with the way that, you know, the U.S. was intervening and trying to help in some ways over there at that time. And that's something that's remained important to him since then. And actually, he has honorary Ghanaian citizenship, which he was awarded last year, which I did not know until now.
Nice.
But he was persuaded to stay and to keep making music. And so, like I said earlier in the episode, the deal was, okay, well, for however many albums you're going to sign me for, I need full creative control. They gave it to him, and he made this.
And an assload of money.
Yeah. They gave him that. They gave him a lot of money. And
this, by the way, as you mentioned before, 18th studio album.
His 18th studio album. And it's an hour and 44 minutes. You know, a two disc. If it were
Four
vinyl.
sides.
Yeah, 4 sides.
Yeah.
And is widely regarded as one of the best albums ever made.
Yeah.
In any genre. And I think it deserves that.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is such a pleasant and wonderful thing to listen to.
Yeah, and it's just like the perfect mix of soul, gospel, R&B,
funk.
Yeah, it's all in there.
The funk, I think, is really in the bass and in some of the keyboard playing as well. And this was really like, you know, so a ton of people worked on this album. But a lot of the heavy lifting was done by Stevie as far as, you know, playing stuff. And he had begun to use a lot of like electronic instruments, which were kind of in their infancy. Electronic keyboards and modular synths and whatnot were a relatively new thing at the time. And he had started playing around with a lot of that. There's a picture I saw of like a prototype for a keyboard. The Oberheim 4 voice synthesizer, and the one in the picture was his, and it's got the Braille on it.
Yeah,
like this was the prototype for it, and they made it with Braille specifically for him. But yeah, so he was playing around with that, and it's just it's an album that feels magical almost. Yeah. It feels like there is a level of genuine magic to the music. It's one of those. It makes you believe in the power of music a little bit.
It does.
It
even sings about that. I mean,
yeah, one of the songs is about that.
Yeah.
which is funny because it feels like it's so much more genuinely able to do that than the album we listened to last week, which that was the whole concept of the album, which was music is magical, and it's like, no, this is it.
Yeah, this is the true prototype of that concept
of music being this universal sort of magical thing. It's transportative. It feels, you feel like you're taken somewhere else. There's nothing quite like walking down the sidewalk while listening to this album.
Yeah.
I was listening to it, back and forth to work today, and there's just it makes you want to move. It makes you want to walk with a little bit of extra swagger.
I wish I had driven by you on your way back just to see if you were doing the walk.
If I was moving my shoulders a little bit extra. Yeah, it's just it's got this infectious quality about it that makes you want to dance. Like when I was listening to it here, in my apartment, like I couldn't stop snapping my fingers, and like it made me want to dance so much, which basically nothing I listen to makes me want to do that.
Right.
But also, most of the stuff I listen to is really weird metal, so it's not really going to make you want to dance.
No, it might make you want to bang your head.
Sure. I've said many times that a good Dillinger Escape Plan song makes you want to destroy everything in your home.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things where it's like it really makes me think that I ought to listen to more funk and more R&B because
and there's some sad stuff that's not dancey on here.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's just it like hits home, like it's like right into my heart, like a needle at light speed.
Again,
sorry,
off mic bit. But there's definitely some melancholy on here as well.
And infinite sadness. I really like the Coolio cover that's on here.
I did not know.
Did you know that?
That Gangsta's Paradise was like an adaptation of Pastime Paradise. I heard the opening riff of Pastime Paradise and went, wait a minute. What? I know this, but this isn't it. That's not a Stevie Wonder's. What? And I did not know that Gangsta's Paradise was a Stevie Wonder jam initially, Pastime Paradise, and I think I Wish was also used in large part as the main sample for Wild Wild West by Will Smith.
Which by the way, that was the lead single from this.
I Wish.
Yeah.
And spoiler alert, I did write it down as my favorite.
Yeah. I Wish.
Yeah. It's just
same.
It's got so much. It's got so much energy. At times, the bass line is just so fucking funky.
And then the whole he wishes he could go back to being a kid. And everything is being with his hoodlum friends and.
It's just there's nostalgia in it, and it's just It's I really like that one. I like pretty much everything else on this album. I don't think there's a bad song on this album.
No, there's not.
Which is incredibly impressive considering how long it is. It's again 144 minutes. Sorry, no, not I think it's an hour and 44 minutes, not 144 minutes.
It'd be 104 minutes.
That would be well over 2 hours. But I don't think there's a bad song on this record.
I mean, I wanted to say, because we've already let the cat out of the bag. What's your favorite song?
I Wish.
I mean, it is. For me, you're right. It is I Wish. But I mean, my mood might change later, and I want to hear this other song. And of course, there's the easy ones like Sir Duke and Isn't She Lovely,
which were released as the singles. I mean, Isn't She Lovely is one of the only Stevie Wonder songs I knew. Going into this. I didn't necessarily even know that it was on this album, but it's like if you asked me what's a Stevie Wonder song, I probably would have been like, Isn't She Lovely? There's I also, it's an instrumental track, but boy, I really like Contusion.
Oh my God, that is so just so much joy in there, just
jazzy and funky, and
heck yeah.
It's just pure fun.
Yeah.
But there's again, so it's really dynamic.
I mean, there's even like a sort of almost a flamenco inspired song in there.
Is that the one I Am Singing?
Yeah.
Yeah. For a second, I couldn't figure out what language was being spoken. I think it's all Spanish, right? But for some reason, part like the pronunciation made me. I was like, is that Hawaiian? I don't know. It was just words that didn't read as Spanish to me for some reason. Until I looked at the song title, and then I heard some Spanish words that I recognized. And went, okay, it's Spanish. Yeah. Yeah, for whatever reason, I didn't recognize it as Spanish at first.
Then there's a 7-minute song about race.
Yeah. Black Man.
Yeah.
Which I quite enjoyed that one as well.
Yeah, that's great.
And a good message, I think, as well. Yeah, there's a lot to love. Love's in need of love today.
Indeed.
Another song with a good message. One of the more somber tracks on the album. And I like the framing device in that song as well, of him being like a
friendly announcer.
Yeah, your friendly news announcer. Like, yeah. Man, I don't know. Listen to this the whole time. I just made me smile. Made me feel good for the most part. Even when things were kind of sad, still made me feel, a little bit of bittersweet, still kind of feeling good, Yeah.
So I went through a breakup not too long ago.
Yeah.
And Ordinary Pain, the beginning of that's like, I can relate to that. And then the second half of it, I'm like, oh, yeah, you're right. The second half of that is just the woman sort of calling back like, you son of a bitch.
Yeah. Yeah.
You asked for this shit.
Yeah. Yeah. It does... It also changes so much in the second musically.
Yeah,
I feel like the second half is so different too. Like not only does it switch perspectives, but also the tone of the music shifts as
entirely.
Which is a nice sort of juxtaposition. But yeah, I didn't bother writing down any kind of a score for this because why fucking bother?
Right.
Why bother? Who cares? I mean, lots of people have, and they all said, "Yeah, it's good."
Yeah, with these two dudes in North Dakota changed the whole attitude toward this album.
Actually,
Songs
in the Key of Life is bad.
Because like shit what we say.
Yeah, like I mean, there have been so many artists who have when asked like, yeah, this is one of the best albums ever. I mean, Kanye West is a very different figure now than he was in 2004.
Yeah.
But when he was asked, about like, his musical goals and like who he felt like he was competing with, and he was like, I don't feel like I'm competing with these other rappers today. I feel like I'm competing against Intervision and Songs in the Key of Life, which he admitted at the time. Which is wild in the context of Kanye West today. He admitted at the time that felt like it was heresy and like he was being too arrogant. Kanye West
felt like he was being too arrogant.
Implicitly admitted that he felt like he was being arrogant. Can you imagine?
Wow.
But yeah, so many. Michael Jackson named this album as his favorite Stevie Wonder album.
A lot of people do.
I think George Michael also said basically the same thing. Like,
yeah, from Arrested Development, right? Yeah.
Yes, from Arrested Michael Cera's character from Arrested Development.
Yeah.
And that's why that was cited in the Wikipedia article.
Right. For some reason. Yeah, no.
Fictional character, George Michael. This album slaps for sure.
Of course.
This album absolutely slaps. Yeah, we both said I wish. I feel like I mentioned Contusion. Sir Duke is another one.
Yeah.
That I also really liked. I really liked Ordinary Pain too. Black Man. Yes, I was about to say I liked If It's Magic a lot as well.
You could just go. You just name all the songs. And yeah.
But I don't know, man. I feel like I got to listen to more R&B and more funk, because it's fun. Although I feel like generally this album's not considered a funk album. It's funky, but it is not in and of itself funk.
But now go get yourself some George Clinton.
There we go.
Some Parliament.
I mean, like I know that I like this kind of music because my main window into this music is like Wolfpack,
sure,
which is a modern extant band, and it's like if I asked them, they would be like, you got to listen to all these guys.
Okay, thanks for being a fan, but seriously,
listen to all these guys instead.
So
I feel like I gotta make some more time for that.
There's even funk metal.
Well,
if you ever want to,
I've listened to Primus.
Well, it's kind of funk. It's kind of too weird to be funk. But Infectious Grooves. If you ever want to listen to
Infectious Grooves. That sounds like a condition. Yeah, you could have.
I'm taking penicillin for my infectious grooves. Mike Muir from Suicidal Tendencies is the vocalist for that.
All right, interesting.
Yeah.
What metal do you bestow upon this album like Maz Kanata to Chewbacca?
I feel it walked in the room with the gold medals on it.
I think it's just it just showed up.
Yeah.
Where it showed up like Michael Phelps. Just wearing 9 gold, however many fucking gold medals Michael Phelps has.
Right.
You just walk around with all of them.
Right, yeah.
If I was Michael Phelps, I would walk around wearing all of my gold medals at all times. You see that shit?
Yeah.
As if you didn't recognize me, Michael Phelps. Because no one else looks like Michael Phelps.
No, because he's a weird body.
His body is perfectly designed for swimming.
Yeah. And he probably has his dick out the whole time.
Probably.
See these gold medals? Now look down.
Now look down. No, the gold medals are hanging on his dick. So he's always erect.
He'd have to be. How 30? So how many is that he has?
How
many gold medals?
How many gold medals does Michael Phelps have?
He has more than anybody else, but I don't know exactly what that number is.
I don't know. I'll look it up here. I think it's double digits. How many gold medals does Michael Phelps have? Thank you. 23.
23.
He has
gotcha. 23. How gold is not light.
It is pretty heavy. How many gold medals does Simone Biles have? Simone Biles. How many gold medals? Simone Biles has only 7.
Oh, okay.
For whatever reason, I thought she had more than that.
Well, she had to bow out to the Olympics at one point because she was having a bad time.
Yeah. Stevie Wonder.
Mm-hmm.
So next week, I think
what's the follow-up to this?
I feel like it's a relatively major shift in tone towards the somber.
Okay.
Not
I can do that.
Totally depressing necessarily, but
more introspective.
A little bit. It's the lyrics are not super literal. I want to talk about the debut and synonymous album Low Roar by American/Icelandic sort of folk music band or indie rock folk whatever band called Low Roar. The main guy behind the band passed away a couple years ago, and he was
their eponymous album then. So,
eponymous album. Yeah. I can't remember the actual guy's name, but he was American. He moved to Iceland, and he was basically. The reason why I know about Low Roar is because his music is featured extensively in both Death Stranding 1 and 2.
Okay.
And the idea of Death Stranding came from Hideo Kojima walking into a record store in Iceland and finding this album and him going, I want to make something that fits the vibe of this music, basically.
Okay.
His music is all over the games, and I've fallen in love with with some of his albums. So
let's do it.
But yeah, his eponymous album from 2011, Low Roar by Low Roar, featuring the song Low Roar. It does it. It's got the threefer.
Okay.
It's got the hat trick, the musical hat trick in it that I love so much because it's just fun to say.
Bad Company and Metal Church and Low Roar.
And Black Sabbath.
And Black Sabbath, right. You don't forget.
Yeah. So Low Roar by Low Roar. Keep saying it. Low Roar, Low Roar, Low Roar, Low Roar, Low Roar, Low Roar.
It's going to sound like you're having an episode.
Hodor.
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 All right.
Until next week, why don't you go ahead and subscribe to our podcast feed on whatever podcast service you use to listen to us. And thank you for doing so if you've done so. Thank you very much for listening to another episode of the Bronze Metalist Podcast. I'm Kale.
I'm OJ.
Congratulations.